Flu season is here. We have the steps on how you can keep the illness away. Greenville welcomes another sweet business to the area, and Kai joins us later to talk about the latest updates with ECU football. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Tech TV. I'm Jessica Gribben. Syllabus week is over, but students are still getting used to the new semester. Tech TV reporter Ashley Bowles look at some of the university changes that students need to know.
That's right, Jessica. The hottest Christmas gift of 2015 proved to be too hot for ECU regulations. ECU Student Affairs says hoverboards aren't allowed in facilities including dining halls, student recreation center, and transit buses. Officials say if a student is found with a hoverboard, the device will be taken and shipped back to the student's home due to a potential fire hazard. A residence hall on College Hill no longer holds the name of Charles B. Aycock. Over the winter break, the university stripped the name off the building. Right now it is named Building 71. In February, the Board of Trustees voted to remove the name of the former governor, known for supporting segregation. At the start of 2016, ECU implemented new Title IX policies. These policies are to protect victims of sexual violence, harassment, and discrimination. The school now bans discrimination of gender identity and pregnancy. The policy also states a new process for handling complaints of sexual and domestic violence. Parking on campus has gotten a lot tighter due to the construction of the new Student Center. Nearly 400 spots behind Joyner Library and Mendenhall have been lost. The university says parking staff will monitor lots to assist permit holders and determine if changes are needed to improve parking.
Thanks, Ashley. ECU police are investigating a sexual assault that happened on ECU's campus. The assault took place in a residence hall on West End early Wednesday morning. The victim was transported to Vidant Medical Center. No word on any suspects. Steve Ballard is in his last semester as chancellor for ECU. Here's Tech TV reporter Caroline West with the story.
Yes, Jessica, it's a year of changes for ECU. Construction's beginning on the new Student Center. A new face will lead Pirate football, and the chancellor who has led the university for over a decade will soon step down.
In my life, I've probably had maybe 3 teams that were sustainable and had that all-for-one spirit. And somehow at this place, we've kept that together for a long time period.
Nearly 12 years ago, the North Carolina Board of Governors selected Steve Ballard as Chancellor of ECU. The UNC system president at the time said Ballard had the determination to explore new service opportunities for the eastern region of our state.
The first challenge that I've faced, I thought was the most important, and that was to get a good leadership team in place.
Ballard says this leadership team took nearly 3 years to form, and he specifically wanted one that was equal in quality to the university. One of Ballard's favorite authors is Jim Collins, who uses transportation as an analogy for team building.
One of the best changes is we got the right people on the bus. They work together as a team. I concentrated on that. We're not individual silos. We all have the same goals, and those goals are all related to who ECU is and our mission in the state.
Ballard attributes his character to his experiences growing up in a working-class family in the heartland of Illinois. His dad a teacher, his mom a nurse.
He's a pretty normal fella with a lot of passion, and he really values teamwork, and I think that's been the secret to many of the successes that we've had. I pay a lot of attention to make sure that we're working together. We have common goals. I learned that through my sports, really.
As a child, Ballard found baseball an important aspect of his life that taught him the value of working together.
I'm a guy who believes in teams, that teams always trump talent. Nothing wrong with talent. Talent's a good thing. We all want more of it, but in the end, it's how well we work together that makes the difference.
Ballard and his team here at ECU have been able to accomplish many things. He says the university is a much different place academically than it was in 2004. He says the Honors College, Engineering School, School of Entrepreneurship, among others, are just a few of the improvements.
That's not about something Steve Ballard did. That's something that hundreds of people in East Carolina University did.
Looking ahead, Ballard says the future of ECU is bright.
I see nothing but good things, which I guess is part of my job. But we're doing exactly what we want to be. We're authentic in our mission. I think we serve North Carolina, we serve our students, we make a difference in the world.
Ballard's service to ECU will soon be coming to an end, and he says leaving won't be easy.
It's going to be hard. 12 years, you put a lot of time and passion into a place, and it'll be hard to leave. I'll miss the people that are here. I'll miss the students. I'll miss 100 other things that we've done, but those things I'll really miss.
Chancellor Ballard did want everyone to know he isn't retiring from the university just yet, but will rejoin in the summer of 2017. He hopes to work with undergraduates in leadership development. On ECU's campus, I'm Caroline West for TEC TV.
Flu season is here. Health reporter Anna Parrish is in the studio to talk about what ECU's Student Health Center is doing to combat the illness. Anna?
It's that time of year where sneezing and coughing runs rampant on campus. The Student Health Center begins preparing as early as September for cold and flu season by prompting healthy living and precautions. Some of these tips include eating healthy, getting proper amount of sleep, and not sharing drinks. In addition, the Health Center offers free flu shots for students. These shots are covered under the university's insurance policy, costing students only $25 with other insurance plans. Ellen Goldberg at the Student Health Center says they stress to students that the flu shot isn't just for their safety, but for the people around them who may not be physically able to get the flu shot. Although ECU has not seen one case this season, the CDC is reporting that there has been a widespread flu outbreak in North Carolina. Goldberg says if this holds, they expect ECU's first case within the next 5 to 10 days.
The 20th Polar Bear Plunge made a splash on campus this week. Students, faculty, and staff jumped into the Student Recreation Center's outdoor pool in nearly freezing temperatures. The event started in 1997 and has continued to grow each year. More than 1,000 participants jumped in last year's event. Our arts and entertainment correspondent got a sweet look at a new donut shop in Greenville. Here's Carly with the story.
It's nice and yellow on the inside. Don't see any grease or anything like that. That's definitely kind of your perfect donut.
Duck Donuts has become Greenville's most popular new business since it opened its doors in December. A month later, customers of all ages still line up out the door of the small business awaiting a delicious treat inside. General Manager Miranda Long said she enjoys working at Duck Donuts and that the business caters to both the student audience as well as the general public of Greenville.
Regardless of how busy we are or how long the line is, time really just goes by fast, just because it's just fun to work here. You can come in and just get 2 donuts versus a whole dozen or a half dozen. We've got very flexible hours for people who want to come out late at night or super early in the morning, so we really try to just cater to everybody.
Duck Donuts makes a vanilla cake batter donut, which is different from other competing businesses. Miranda walked the TEC TV crew through the donut making process.
You guys can go on back. The dough gets dropped in here. We can make 2 at a time. And they just kind of go down a conveyor. It takes about 125 seconds total. As we want to make them fresh to order, we try not to have any donuts that are sitting up there. Then this is just the topping station. We just give it a good swirl before we drop it in there. Pull it out, shake any extra off, pop it in the box, and then if it's got any topping, we want to add that to it really quick before it gets cool so it sticks.
Duck Donuts is open 7 days a week and is located on Arlington Boulevard.
From fashion to food, we have a look at some local events happening over the weekend. Downtown venues will feature live music events. Among these are Silo Joe at the Black and Kraken Friday and Saturday evenings and the Fritz at Crossbones Tavern Saturday night. On Sunday, the 90s heartthrob Aaron Carter will perform for fans at Tavern on 4th. Saturday, local boutiques will participate in a fashion show which is open to the public. In nearby New Bern, an event known as Winterfest will return. It's an event that celebrates local culture with oysters, locally made brews, and good old homemade comfort food. For a full list of events, visit theeastcarolinian.com.
Donuts are cool, but us sports writers are more sandwiches and pizza type of guys. But I digress. Great to be back. While we were gone, nothing at all happened in sports. Nothing. Nope, nothing. Okay, I'm lying. We all know about the firing heard around Greenville to a small magnitude around the college football world. As ECU parted ways with head coach Ruffin McNeil, the Pirates have now begun the command of Scotty Montgomery, former Panthers wide receiver and offensive coordinator of the Duke Blue Devils. Scotty has beamed up quite a few coaches. Kenwick Thompson is the new defensive coordinator and linebackers coach. Demetrius Deke Adams is the new defensive line coach. Phil McGagan is the new wide receivers coach. Tony Peterson will assume the position of offensive coordinator. The new special teams coordinator is Shannon Moore. Offensive line coach will be Jeep Wade. Antonio King was named running backs coach, and last but not least, inside linebackers have a new coach named Ryan Anderson to make up the ship of Scotty Montgomery's coaches. Check theeastcarolinian.com to learn more about the new coach and his staff. Now we get sports off to a fast start with track and field. The ECU men's and women's track team competed over the weekend at the annual Dick Taylor Carolina Cup Invitational. The Pirates had many strong performances, most notably Avion Jones had an amazing season opener. Jones competed in the high jump and jumped over the Jumpmans and the Easies. Jones's jump of 7 feet 4 inches set a new meet record, as well as secured him a spot in the NCAA Indoor National Championships in Birmingham, Alabama. Jones and the Pirates will hope to run off on a plug in Blacksburg, Virginia, as this weekend they will compete in the Hokie Invitational. We stop running on the track and start running with the rackets. Rackets. The Pirates picked up the rackets Monday and jousted with the Longwood Lancers and won 6-1, led by the performance of senior Tendai Tafuma. The Pirates will compete this Saturday against Navy at 11 a.m. in Greenville. Speaking of rackets, the women's tennis team will open their season on the road as they pack up their rackets and head to Boone, North Carolina to face the Mountaineers of App State at 10 a.m. Grab your scuba gear and let's head to the pool, where the Pirates are swimming better than Frank Ocean. The wordplay is off the charts today. But the Pirates will look to slaughter some retrievers from UMBC Saturday at 2 p.m. The Pirates are coming off dual meet sweep of Old Dominion last Saturday that landed 3 Pirates weekly conference honors. Swimmer Bailey Monahan and diving teammates Ashley Sams and Matt Mullen earned Conference Player of the Week in their respective competitions. Now let's talk some basketball. There's been some good ball played in North Carolina this year, but not much of it has come from the basketball teams in Greenville. On Tuesday, the men took a lopsided loss to Tulsa as the Pirates drew within 3 with a little under 9 minutes left in the second half. Tulsa responded with an 18-6 run to end the game with the 84-69 win for the Golden Hurricanes that dropped the Pirates to 0-6 in the conference. The Pirates have a tough game this weekend on the road against Shaq Goodwin and the Memphis Tigers. The Pirates are 0-7 on the road, and then next Monday they will welcome in the Temple Owls here in Greenville. And on the women's side, it's just as bad, as both teams at the time of this recording are below 500. I say that because the women's team plays Cincinnati the night of this recording. Head over to theeastcarolinian.com for the recap. But before that game, ECU lost to South Florida. After hanging tough all game, the Pirates could no longer run with the Bulls after South Florida went on a 17-4 run to end the third that began the trampling as the Bulls won 75-54. The women's team will head to Nolens, a.k.a. New Orleans, to face Tulane. But right back here in North Carolina, the most important football game ever played in North Carolina will take place in Charlotte as Cam Newton and the Panthers look to dab all the way to the Super Bowl. No pressure, Panthers. You just have the entire weight of the Carolinas on you. All right, that's it for sports. Don't forget to check out theeastcarolinian.com for all things ECU athletics.
Thanks, Kai. We want to thank you for checking out today's show. Our shows will be posted every Friday morning at theeastcarolinian.com. For all updates in between shows, visit theeastcarolinian.com, follow the East Carolinian on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. We'll see you next week.